In celebration of my last day being 16, here are 16 lessons before 17. I failed will always sound better than I've never tried. If you refuse to try for the fear of failure, then you have already lost. Because failing is never the end. It becomes the end when you refuse to try again. And trust me, you will always sound better to tell someone that you failed rather than telling them, oh, I've never tried because I was too afraid to fail. Discipline is self-love. When someone asks me, why do you work so hard? Why do you wake up at 4 a.m.? Or why do you join all these organizations and activities? Well, the answer is simple. It's because I love myself and I respect myself. And I'm prepared to work hard right now so that my future self can enjoy the fruit of my hard work. Learn how to present yourself. And I cannot stress this enough because you have to learn how to walk, how to talk in public, how to do your hair, how to style yourself with confidence, because as much as it is true that looks aren't everything, you have to realize that the first thing that people notice when you meet someone is that they look at you, your physical appearance. And so it's important to have a signature style, a signature scent, a signature look, because you have to have something that will set you apart. But most importantly, present yourself with confidence, because you belong in that room only if you believe that you do. Write down your goals. Now I do this every morning, and every New Year's, I write a resolution and I stick them somewhere I can see. Now, from these resolutions, you can break them down into goals. And from these goals, you can break them down into target. So, for example, say that your resolution this year is to improve your Chinese skills. Well, your goal might be to pass the HSK exam, and your target would be to review 100 vocabularies every day. Now, this skill is very important as it allows you to bring a vision of yourself to reality. And writing your goals every day will just remind you of your reason for working so hard. Reset, reset, reset. A bad morning doesn't equate to a bad day. A bad evening doesn't equate to a bad day. A bad night doesn't equate to a bad day. It is a bad day when you let a bad moment dictate the rest of your day. Be unapologetically yourself. Now, this is harder than how it sounds because we are humans and we're social beings. We want to belong. However, it is important for you to realize that something that you might need to beg someone else to do is something that someone else might do for you with no questions. So be yourself, and you'd be surprised to see who sticks in your life. Besides, it's better to have one friend who you can be with no mask than to have 100 friends which you have to hide from who you really are. Spend time with your loved ones. Life is short. Perhaps not for you. If you're watching this when you're in your teens, you've only gone through about a quarter of your life. However, this isn't the same for your grandparents or your parents. So never leave with a heavy heart, because you never know what tomorrow comes. And time doesn't speed up, nor does it slow down, but it also never waits. So give them a call or just a text. Most importantly, if you love someone, the best thing you can do for them is to not make them worried for you. People outgrow each other, and this is no one's fault. In our lives, people are like stepping stones. Sometimes people need to take a step forward, and this is no one's fault. You might be really close to a friend one day, and then all of a sudden you might realize that, oh, you're not so close with them anymore. Now, this does not mean that your past experience with them means nothing. This means that they are human and they need room to grow. And this applies for you as well. Reach out. Life is short and people only care for themselves. So honestly, just reach out. Give them a text or say hi first. Now, if this might seem crazy for you, I can tell you that during the pandemic, I texted about 10 to 18 of my old friends. And from all of them, only one replied back with as much enthusiasm. Until this day, she is now my best friend. So just reach out. You cannot be exceptional without being different. If you want to be the best at what you do, you have to be obsessed. Michael Jordan didn't just like basketball, he was obsessed with the game. And Ronaldo didn't just like football, he was obsessed with football. And this applies for all of us. Because if you want to be the best, we cannot just like what we do. We have to be obsessed with the game. We have to be obsessed with the grind. But people don't like obsessed people. Why? Because it makes them feel like they're not doing enough, like they're not putting as much effort. They will wonder, why are you working so hard? So you need to understand that in order to be exceptional, to be the best at what you do, you have to be different. Learn about what stresses you out. And I cannot stress out how important it is to know what stresses you out. Get it? Well, anyway, knowing your triggers does not just allow you to step aside from them, but it also allows you to know how to control yourself. But knowing your triggers doesn't just allow you to stop or avoid them, but it also allows you to learn how to cope with them. For example, for me, I absolutely despise loud settings, loud places. So back then I would just purely avoid social functions because it just triggers me really badly. But I realized that, avoiding isn't always the best way. So these days, everywhere I go, I just cancel it. Everywhere I go, I just carry noise canceling earbuds. If your plan to chase a goal fails, change the plan and not the goal. I don't remember where I heard this, but it's really true. And I also think it's pretty self-explanatory. What you say of yourself will determine what other people say of you. As said by Joseph Murphy in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, as you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your body and the environment. If you don't take yourself seriously, trust me, no one else will. And it works both ways. So if you love yourself, you will also attract love for yourself. Take lots of pictures. Memories fade and the human mind has its limits. So take lots of pictures. Imagine your future kids asking you, why don't you have a picture during this trip or during your graduation? And all you can tell them was, oh, I didn't feel pretty enough that day, or oh, I wasn't skinny enough. So just remember, picture should capture the moment and the feeling, not just how you look. Read and listen. Books and people are just liquid golds of information. So I encourage you to just read and listen as much as you can. Approach people with an empty cup and read a book with an empty slate. You'd be surprised to see just how much you can learn by reading and listening. And finally, stop when you're done, not when you're tired. That's it for this video. I hope all of these lessons inspired you as much as they have inspired me. And if you want to share your lessons, please do so in the comment below so that we can learn from each other. That's it for this video. If you want to learn more about growth or self-improvement, be sure to click subscribe and like down below. Thank you!